Hi there, welcome to Fort Steele Heritage Town. Today we are in the Pioneer Tin Shop and we are going to be showing you how to make some Victorian tinsel to bring some Victorian heritage to your Christmas tree. Victorian tinsel, the way it is designed is to spin almost with all the different heat waves in your house to almost glisten off your Christmas tree, and it makes a fine addition to any holiday. The tools you're going to be needing for this are a pair of tin snips, a set of locking pliers such as these, a dowel or bolt, something cylindrical so that you can create the hoop on your tinsel. And for us here at Fort Steele, we package our tinsel in bundles of a dozen, so we have small little wrapping papers explaining a little bit of Victorian heritage about the tinsel and a stapler to tie it together. Finally, you will be needing some tin. Let's get started. All right, to start off, we need to cut our piece of tin to the desired length for our tinsel. Here at Fort Steele, we cut our tinsel to 7 inches, but you can choose whatever length works best for you. Usually 5 to 9 is a pretty good length of tinsel. We are going to be cutting with our shear today. Now, if you don't have access to a shear, a pair of tin snips will suffice just fine. You just need to be a little bit more patient. So, for 7 inches, I'm going to line up my piece of tin on the 7-inch line and cut it with the shear. Now, my piece of tin is 7 inches in diameter, so I can start cutting small sheets that we will then be able to apply to our template to cut out the slivers of tin for tinsel. Such as this. Now, using a pre-made template we have here, but you do not need a template to do this. All you need to do is, if you're cutting, make sure that your pieces of tin are tapered from one end where it's thicker to the other end where it's thinner. On a shear though, a template's quite helpful. Place the template on the shear, and I'm going to line up the piece of tin with one of our score marks and begin cutting. Now that we have cut our tinsel on the shear, we have these small little strips that look something like this. They're fat on one end and tapered to the other end, getting smaller as they approach the point. Now, a nice finishing step that makes your tinsel pop a little bit more is to chamfer the edges so they aren't quite as sharp. To do this, we utilize our handy tin snips, and we take them and just gently snip the corners so they're not as sharp, as tin can be quite a sharp thing to work with. Now, with all of our corners chamfered, we can move on over to the vise and begin twisting. Now we are going to utilize the help of a vise to achieve the twist in our tinsel. If you do not have access to a vise, using a second pair of locking pliers will suffice enough to do the job. So, we are going to take our piece of tinsel and we are going to take the fat end of the tinsel and stick it into our vise approximately 1.75 inches, locking the jaws. Then, using our locking pliers, we're going to open them and attach them to about the last 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch of the piece of tinsel. And applying a small bit of tension on the tinsel by pulling back ensures that your twist will be mostly even and not begin to scrunch up the tinsel. So, getting ready, pulling slightly, we're going to do 1 full turn, 2 full turns, 3 full turns, 4 full turns, and 1 half turn. Every single piece of tinsel is different, and some will require more or less turns than another. After which, you'll see a nice tapered twist. Again, taking one of our pieces of tinsel with the wide end going into the vise, approximately 1.75 inches, locking the jaws, applying our locking pliers, closing them, applying a small bit of tension backwards, 1 full turn, 2 full turns, 3 full turns, and 1 half turn. Removing it, and again, another nice tapered twist. Now that we've placed the twists on our piece of tinsel, we are going to do the final step, which is putting the small hook on the top so you can hang it from your Christmas tree or wherever else you would like to hang tinsel. This is where we are going to utilize either our piece of wooden dowel or a bolt or any other cylindrical object, roughly anywhere between 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch in diameter. So, taking one of our pieces of tinsel, we're going to find the flat end that was inside the vise when we twisted. Using our thumb, we're going to place it on top of the dowel, holding it, and gently bring it around all the way around the dowel, giving it this kind of P shape. Now, placing it back on the other way, we're going to gently pinch the bottom part where the twist meets the hook and bend it back ever so slightly, giving it more of a candy cane-like shape. This is the final step where you can make any other adjustments to make your tinsel nice and straight. And there you have it, a piece of Victorian tinsel. Once you have completed and repeated all the steps, you will have yourself a bundle of heritage Victorian tinsel. Good afternoon, my name's Chase, and thank you for joining us here at the Pioneer Tin Shop at Fort Steele Heritage Town. Have a great day.